What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Protect Sports, from the Protect Sports Network, and I'm back with another video, back with another live stream. I do apologize for lack of live streaming as of late. Just been busy, so I've been just putting out videos via uploads. I'm shout out to you guys for always supporting the videos and things of that nature. Before I get to our glory to God, man, for how God writes right now, whole God's open door prayer for all you guys, and pray, amen. Tonight's live stream, got a couple things to talk about. We're going to react. I'm going to give you my reaction to Terry McLaurin's press conference uh, from today after signing his 3-year, $71 million contract extension. Also, we're going to talk about Baker Mayfield and him getting traded from the Cleveland Browns to the Carolina Panthers. I'll grade both sides of the trade. Let's get right into it. So let's start with the press conference of Terry McLaurin, shall we? We ain't gonna waste too much time. I know a lot of people are live right now, so I'm gonna try to keep this one kind of brief and sweet and to the point. So Terry McLaurin has press conference today after signing his 3-year, $71 million extension, like I stated earlier. And he said a lot of nuggets in that press conference. He brought up the fact that him and Gary Clark have been talking, and he's communicating with Gary and saying how does it feel to win, how's the locker room, how that locker room dynamic with a team that wins Super Bowls, things of that nature. He also got in contact with guys like Art Monk and guys like that. And that really resonated with me when I listened to the press conference because that shows he is deep into the Washington football team, commander community. Like he's deep in the history of the Redskins and now Commanders. And he really embodies what this team wants to, what he embodies what this team wants to be. Hard nosed, hard working, doesn't say too much, just puts the work in, and a guy who gets his just dessert when he put the work in. Two 1,000-yard seasons in his first 3 years in the NFL, over 3,000 yards in his career. Played with 7 different quarterbacks, including an undrafted guy this year in Taylor Heineke, another undrafted guy, Ryan Fitzpatrick. You name it, Case Keenum. Like, the guys he's played with have been horrible, and he's been very productive. Also, another thing he said that him and Ron had got a much more closer relationship since the process had began for his extension, and he's been very supportive of Terry, and he wanted Terry to get his money, and of course now Terry got paid. Shout out to Ron Rivera for always being there for Terry McLaurin as well and supporting him. He brought his heartfelt message that he did put on Twitter and Instagram, and he said he meant every word of it, and I believe that. Really good servant of God that Terry McLaurin is. I'm happy to hear that he was blessed with this generational wealth for him and his family. And I'm just happy for Terry, and I'm happy for the team. He gets another bite of the apple in 3 years. That's always good. Another thing he brought up in the press conference that I really want to talk about was the connection that he wants to have with Carson. He said he wants to be super quarterback friendly. He wants to be his DB on every play, whether it's a run play or a pass play. And he just wants to help Carson get in positions to succeed and get open for him. I do think that Terry McLaurin is going to have a huge season this year, a breakout season at that. And he's just going to go crazy, bro. Like, honestly speaking, the guys that he has around him will take a lot of attention off of him. Guys like Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel, De'Ami Brown, our 3rd-round pick from the 2021 NFL draft. Guys, you got Logan Thomas when he returns from his ACL tear. Whenever that happens, you got guys like Cole Turner who got drafted to be a pseudo tight end one eventually for the Commanders. Got a guy like John Bates who had some really good production toward the end of last season and made some really good catches. Robert isn't the best, but he has really good hands. Really underrated hands on his football team. J.D. McKissick, the best 3rd-down back in football. And Antonio Gibson, a nice running back who could definitely work on his vision, but he's an overall solid starting running back in this league. And I think he has the potential to be a top 10 back if he can fix his vision. And then you drafted Brian Robinson Jr., who can help Gibby with his vision and help him take his game to the next level. And he could be a nice change of pace back for Antonio Gibson. You got a bunch of things in DC for Carson and for Terry to be successful in this offense. And I think the sky's the limit for Terry and this offense. I really believe that. He said some other things in the press conference that really resonated with me. I'm trying to remember. Matter of fact, we're gonna go ahead and listen to it. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Why not? Shoot. We're gonna listen to the presser. I can't watch it, of course, because copyright stuff. But we listen in the background though. There you go. Press conference.
That you have and with Terry,
I wanted to trust him and his leadership and his, he's just more than my agent. I really trust him with a lot
of you guys can hear in the background.
Truly. And Coach Rivera, we had a lot of personal conversations, and I really do appreciate that as well, because this is the only place I've been, but to have a personal relationship with him that's grown even more throughout this process, even through the negotiations, has just been awesome. The way he's heard me out. We've had some very honest and transparent conversations, and I really got to see the vision that's already laid out for us as an organization and myself personally. And the best thing I'm just looking excited most to is just to get back with the guys and practicing and playing in.
And he said that several times in the interview. He gave his agent a lot of credit and said he's not just an agent to him. He's actually someone that helps Terry with his actual life issues and things that he goes through on a day-to-day basis. So shout out to his agent, man. A really good agent and a really good guy, apparently, according to Terry McLaurin. Something else he brought up that I wanted to see right here.
And I wanted to be here. And
he said he wanted to be here. They wanted him here. It was easy to get the job done eventually with the deals. That's always good. I want to skim through it real quick.
The history of it. Something I wanted to be a part of, especially. But we also understand that it's going to take the work and the dedication from everybody involved to get us back there. And so I want to be what he said before. Unselfish group of guys in that locker room. And we have a lot of guys who are competitive and hungry.
So it's the part of the interview talking about Gary Clark and the conversation he had and how the locker room should look, by the way.
And they want to see Washington be back on top. I mean, I have a great relationship with Mr. Williams since I've gotten here. He's taken me under his wing, and then one thing I tell him, I just want to make that 17 kick till you look good, And meeting Gary Clark yesterday in person and seeing just the history of this organization, and we all know where it was, and we all know where we want to head to, and I think we're all on the same page for that. But we also understand that it's going to take the work and dedication from everybody involved to get us back there, and so I want to be a part of that. The place where I was drafted to. Place where the fans, just show me so much love and appreciation and are so passionate about just this fan base and this organization and the history of it. Something I want to be a part of, especially where we're at now, where I feel like we're heading.
So this is a quick reaction to that. So he re-signed here for his extension because he liked the way the direction that the franchise is going in. Also, he wants to bring back the good history of the Washington franchise community. He wants to win a Super Bowl. Basically, what he was saying was he wants to bring back the winning culture here back to DC. He wants to bring back the old Redskin days, which I'm happy to hear. I'm happy that he's entrenched in this history and knows the Redskins' history. He talked to Gary Clark. He talked to guys like Doug Williams. Doug Williams took on his wing, like he said in the press conference. I'm just happy to see that Terry McLaurin is really taking this seriously and really wants this team to shine. So shout out to Terry McLaurin for that. Also, let's get to Baker Mayfield very briefly. People, I might wait for people to pull up, but I know a lot of people are live right now. So I really just wanted to just chop it up with you guys for a little bit so you guys see where I'm coming from real quick. So Baker Mayfield does get traded to the Carolina Panthers today. And I find it super interesting he got traded there for multiple reasons. I really thought that the Panthers were the only team that would trade for Baker, especially after you hear that the Seahawks were not interested in him. So we're going to look at the article here. That's on MSN.com or Microsoft. And we're going to talk about this very briefly. took months to materialize. The deals have been abundantly since all the parties that came together. On Wednesday, the Cleveland Browns traded quarterback Baker Mayfield to the Carolina Panthers in a deal that all involved to settle important issues just 3 weeks before training camp are set to open. For Mayfield, the swap provides a chance of relaunching his career after he insisted on getting out of Cleveland once the Browns began a pursuit of the blockbuster trade for quarterback Deshaun Watson. The Browns, meanwhile, officially turned the page on the number one pick from the 2018 NFL Draft, forging ahead with Watson and back with Jacoby Brissett. And in Carolina, Mayfield's arrival provides another path for the franchise desperate to find an answer under center. They need an answer. They definitely need an answer. Winners, Browns, paying just $10.5 million of Baker Mayfield's $18.8 million guaranteed salary. I guess it's a win there, but they're still paying the majority of his salary, which kind of sucks. Woo, my gosh. Whew. Sorry. Matt Rule, for the coach, arguably on the highest seat of anyone in the 2020 NFL season. Getting another team's cast off at quarterback really seems like cold comfort. But as the Panthers enter July, staring down the possibility of another season with no competition for Sam Darnold, which I think they're not ready to play Matt Corral yet. That's kind of obvious. Mayfield provides the best available possibility that this team had, clawing toward marked improvement at a far better option than status quo behind center for a team that's gone 10-23 under Matt Rule's watch. Of course, Jim Smith and Drew Lock are winners because they don't have to be moved from their positions. Baker Mayfield gets another shot to be a starter. And then CBS, because the Browns played the Panthers week 1. So that's kind of, the backstory there. Baker Mayfield's a loser because he took a $3.5 million pay cut, but we can get the money back in incentives. Should be a humbling moment for the former Heisman Trophy winner. Yet on field, bottom line might be more for bodying for Mayfield. Remember Christian McCaffrey? I don't know how he's a loser here. Sam Darnold definitely a loser. Matt Corral definitely a loser. Jimmy Garoppolo's a loser. And Robbie Anderson did not. I don't have an issue with Baker, but you didn't want Baker here. So, yeah, I don't want to hear that, Robbie Anderson. I don't want to hear that bull crap. So, I'm a grade to trade with letter grades and things of that nature. So, the Panthers only have to pay $5 million to Baker Mayfield this year. The Browns had to pay the other $10.5, and like you said in the article, that Baker Mayfield had to take a $3.5 million pay cut in order for this trade to be finalized. So, from the Browns' perspective, I got to give it a D. I got to give it a D, bro. They didn't get nothing. They didn't get anything. And they said to pay the majority of his salary. Like, they didn't really – they gained $8 million in cap space and a conditional 4th-round pick if he plays a bunch of snaps. D. You didn't get anything for your former number 1 pick in the draft. Finally, for the Panthers, I give it an A. They made the Browns pay majority of his salary. They gave a conditional 5th-round pick and turned to a 4th in 2 drafts from now. It's not even next year's draft. It's 2 drafts from now. And Baker Mayfield is the perfect placeholder for Matt Corral. If Baker Mayfield does not work, they did draft Matt Corral in the 3rd round. And he is the perfect bridge quarterback right now. He's on a last of his rookie deal. They like what they saw. They can tag him and make him play on a tag. And by the time that is done and over with, Matt Corral should be ready to play. So you're paying about $40 million, somewhere around there, for 2 years of Baker. You kick him to the curb, and then here comes Matt Corral to save the day on a rookie deal, and you go from there. So I like this I love this for the Panthers because it gives them an actual starting quarterback, and it's not named bum old Sam Darnold because he's a bum. And it gives Matt Corral time to learn. So that's great. It also, if Baker works out, you can trade Matt Corral away and get something for him and move on with your life. So it really, 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 all parties that's not named the Browns win this trade. Like, if you're not the Browns, you win this trade. If you're Robbie Anderson, you got a better quarterback to throw the ball to. I don't care how he feels about Baker. Baker's better than Sam Darnold, okay? If you're DJ Moore, you're a winner because you have a better quarterback to throw the ball to. If you're Tommy Tremble, you're happier because you have a better quarterback to throw the ball to you. If you are Christian McCaffrey, you are happy because there's an actual starting quarterback in the building and not bum-o Sam Darnold. And if you are Baker Mayfield, this is not a bad situation offensively with a bunch of decent weapons. You have two 1,000-yard receivers in Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore. You have a Tommy Tremble. You have Christian McCaffrey. You have some stuff. Terrence Marshall Jr., another guy who I don't have 100-something yards last year. I need some more yards. Hey, Baker Mayfield can throw the ball. Like, he's a better quarterback than Sam Darnold, period. So everyone on the Panthers win here, including Robbie Anderson, who did not want Baker Mayfield there. But all those guys win here, honestly speaking. I like what Carolina did. They took a plunge. They took a shot. And, hey, hope it hits for them. But this is like a super brief live stream. I'll be back at 9:30. Matter of fact, I actually will be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow for the Fallen Skin series. As you guys know, I'll be back tomorrow for the Fallen Skin series. 8 o'clock, come pull up to the channel. I got some dope stuff for you guys. The next episode is on Clinton Portis. So we'll be doing that tomorrow at 8 p.m. And I'll be doing my normal uploads at 6 p.m. every day that I'll be trying to do with you guys every single day on the channel. Until like, comment, subscribe, join the Protect Sports family if you're not done so. Join the Protechians if you're not done so. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace, love, and blessings. And y'all be easy, bro. I'll catch y'all next one.